I'm coming in loud and clear. Might hear me on the radio. Breaker, breaker, 19. Anybody got their ears on?
Hey guys, it's Eric here at Farpoint Farms in the mountains of North Carolina. It's cold. It is winter time for sure, but I'm making some videos on radios and I wanted to share this one with you. Boom! It's the Radio Shack TRC 221. I've never seen this one before, so when I found it at a yard sale, I had to pick it up. I have no idea whether it works or not, but we're going to play with it tonight and find out. It is kind of a top of the line, you could tell, even for its era, and even now, like, this has some features that you just don't see even on modern walkie-talkies for CB stuff. And so I'm going to get the camera closer in here in a second, but I just wanted to show you overall, size-wise, it does have a whole lot going on up on top. And what's really cool, I won't be able to show this once we are on the table, is that it has one of those, I think it's, I'd say that's a 5-foot whip with center loaded. So this is going to get you a lot better range than your rubber ducky style antennas when it comes to CB radios. And oftentimes when you find used Radio Shack or realistic CB radios that are handhelds like this is broken and somebody will have like screwed on a rubber ducky antenna. So I was happy to see that this was intact. And this does look well used, but still I feel like it's possible it could work because it doesn't look nasty. I did pop open the case and the battery connections. There's a little bit of surface rust, which is weird, so maybe it was kept in a basement, but there was no indication of any kind of battery acid corrosion. So, and these suckers took a lot of AA batteries. This thing was like, I think eight AA's or maybe even 10 AA's. I can't remember off the top of my head now, but it was quite a bit. Now you could put NiCads, rechargeable batteries into it, and it does have a charging port for that separately. So let me go ahead and get the camera closer in. We'll take a look on it, and then I've got everything I needed to hook this up to the base antenna, and we'll see if it works and how well it sounds. Let's do it. And here it is, the TRC 221. Not familiar with this model number, but it clearly comes from an era where they were going for every doodad you could put in here, and so this was considered top of the line at its time. We do have a digital display. It does apparently have a meter and a channel indicator, but it is an LED, or LCD I should say, display, so that's kind of a cool thing. For most of these rotary dial ones from that era. Little microphone port down here, main speaker here. On the side, light and battery check, and push to talk. And it's like a tactile, it's pressurized, it's not a click. So that also is different than what I'm used to with the TRC 216, which I've had for years, or 217, I'm sorry. On the back here, a nice nylon carrying case or handle, and it's in good shape. Off to the side, catalog number is 21-1664, the TRC 221, 40 channel transceiver. On this side, power high and low. That's a feature that walkie-talkies or CBs still have to this day. The low power being more conservative on batteries, but these don't get out well. I mean, this one probably gets out a little better with the longer antenna, but inside of here it has two metal strips that act as the ground plane. It's just not a very efficient use for CB radio. That's why FRS and GMRS handhelds do so much better usually in range comparison tests when it comes to handhelds. Then down here we do have these rubber plugs here. There's the antenna, external antenna plug-in, a charging port for the NiCad if you want to charge in-house, and then a power pack. That one is missing a little rubber piece. That's the only part that was not functional on this, or not working quite right. So, but that's okay because we're going to be hooking that up today. The bottom, nothing much to speak of there. But up on top, we do have some pretty interesting stuff going on here. So volume on, off, squelch. That's kind of cool that it does have that. Of course, our channel indicator. But where it really gets cool is this right here, and it is external mic. So it does have a plug-in for a Radio Shack 5-pin mic, which is just really cool. So you could, I guess, this doesn't have a clip, but I suppose there was probably a case for it. Sit it on your side, have it on, and have this, or have it mounted on your backpack with the antenna up, much like a military radio, and have a mic separate so you could key down and talk there. Now it does look like there's, I don't know if that's super glue or something has happened there, maybe melted, but it does have an external speaker hookup as well. I'm not going to try to stick anything in there because it looks like it's iffy. I don't know what's going on there, but I am still hopeful that this thing will work. And let's go ahead, I'll move the camera down a little bit, we will plug it in and we will see what we got. Okay, I've moved over a little bit, a little less light here, but hopefully y'all can see okay. And I will go ahead and plug in our antenna. That's a PL259 to being just a like RCA connector, I think is what these things took. And then I'm going to plug our power in, and here we go. Hey, it does work. Squelch, yep. Okay, so we have a light and a battery meter. Of course, with a full charge, it's going to read full battery. All right, well, let's roll through it. I don't know if Skip's rolling. It's pretty early in the morning here. There's a weak signal on 17. Well, the Super Bowl is always going, it seems, and you can see the battery power indicator doubles as a signal meter. .38 on sideband's got stuff going on. Let's try to reach out and touch somebody here. Brake channel for a radio check. Brake channel for a radio check. Well, I know it's working because the radio right there is picking up a signal even off channel. Brake channel for a radio check. Brake channel for a radio check. A lot of moisture this morning. It's so cold out here in the shop. Well, there it is, the Radio Shack TRC 221. You know, people will commonly ask, are these things worth anything anymore, or is it worth having a handheld? And I say yes, because this thing is a handheld. It could be used as a mobile. You hook this to a car antenna, or it could also be used as a base like I have hooked up right here right now. So it's kind of an all-in-one type unit. And for that reason alone, it's good to have one of these as a spare or as a backup. Or if you're on a budget or tight on space, you could have this and have this be your only radio, but it would definitely work. Now, it will not perform with that antenna built in there, as well as either a car install or a base install, but don't expect it to. I would say conservatively 1 to 2 miles is usually what you can expect to get out of a radio like this. Now, of course, hooked to an antenna like this, the sky's the limit, literally. That'll do it for today. Be sure to check out my second channel, Farpoint Farms Restorations and Repairs, for more content, because I post 2 videos over there as well as over here every week. Till next time, my friends, take care.